Okay, here's my 1 hour video. I'm going to make a helmet. I'm Danish and English and Irish and French and rah-de-rah. And I'm going to fix a coffee table. I'll show you my project car, show you my project house. Let's get it done. Rosie, good girl. This is a mean dog. She's Rosie. No idea what she is, but she's good. Hey, Rosie. Yeah. Mean dog. Yeah. It's a builder. Good girl. Anyway, the dog's not a project, she's mint. This is my project house. And so I've had it for a year. And just doing it up, obviously. I'll show you that in a minute. These are some windows from 1860. Nothing to do with this house. I bought these out at a place called Kite for Flats, or it was for 25 years. And well, we'll have a gander around the house, eh? So first, here's my project shed. So this is a 1950 shed that I bought just on Trade Me, which is like Kijiji, and bought it flat packed, and just we chucked it up in the weekend. All the guys came around. Still got a close in around the top. I only put the door on the other weekend. I've never actually opened it. We'll open that in a minute. Just had to put new posts in here. So this deck had sunk down 5 inches all the way along, same as the carport, and I just fixed it. It wasn't too hard to fix actually. And then we'll go have a gander up here. So today I'm looking at, I'm going to do new steps, and so these are like brutal, and they're like just all angles and funny, every height's different. So I'm going to go up about 6 or 7 steps and then in like that. I'm thinking it's the easiest way of doing it. Thought of lots of ways: going up, doing a landing, coming back, you know, all sorts of ways you could do steps, but I think I'll just go up, little landing, and that's that. Look at this score. So bought this today. This cost, I just looked, it was 8 New Zealand dollars, so that's $6.40 Canadian dollars. And so this is a 50s coffee table, obviously. And what I'm going to do is get an old door, cut the veneer out of it, glue it on top, and then sand around it, therefore fixing the top of it. It's actually not bad, could just bog the corners, but how cute is that, huh? The Dodge is parked up at the moment, needs shocks, and hard to find shocks for an American car in New Zealand, so I had to get them from bloody America, so that's a drama, as you know. And so this place has very large trees, like massive. It just comes with it, so we'll have a gander at the house. So I haven't done anything outside yet, apart from level the deck and the carport. It's just a standard little asbestos clad thing. It's funny, I had there's this concrete box, I always wondered what that was for, and then I noticed the shape here. That be a cistern, so that's the old outhouse basically. This is all Remu, which is New Zealand hardwood. That's the old kitchen. And so I love this old kitchen. It was all yellow, but it was all munted, so I put in a green one. Millie, puss. This is a cool grumpy cat. Hey, Millie. So here's the new kitchen, which is actually an old kitchen I got for $300 off a mate Hank. And so it's all solid Remu, just with a white, Maltica inside. These sheets, these old melamine sheets, whatever they are, about 20, 30 years old, they were downstairs. And because I bought this off a guy who was a secretary of a club, and he went off his bike and passed away, and he was keeping this 50, so I'm honouring that. I bought this house off his son, and I'm just carrying that on. So I got the old 70s clock to go in it. So yeah, that's the rest of the kitchen. And I knock it in, I sort of knock it into shape, and then I just move on to something else, you know. I do it all at once, trying to do it how it was. So just sort of nice big long ledges that you can put stuff on. Wicked view here, like wicked, it's just trees and stuff. This was the mission I just did last weekend. So this is the bathroom, and I put in a lintel, post rah-de-rah sitting on there, and built a pantry that didn't exist before, flush mounted the fridge, just sacrificed a little bit of kitchen. It's all made of materials from this place. Bought these doors for 50 bucks off Marketplace. Me and my son went down and picked it up. He's got quite a cool car. He's got an 89 Nissan Ute with a Holden Commodore V6 in it. Wicked car, eh? These are an old bunk, a very old bunk, probably, I don't know, could be 50, 60, somewhere there, because it's all flat screws. And that's that front edge. This is the old kitchen base. And so it had like it's laminated pine and a very heavy veneer on it, which I just sanded off with I scraped it off with a spade and then hit it with a flappy, basically. And this is just second-hand wallpaper that I've picked up. And that's the pantry. So get a pantry on, eh, Rosie? And then in here, so I've kept all the original light switches, but it's all new wiring. This is Remu tongue and groove, and so this originally was that wall that I've moved to there. And I'm going to continue it along here. I'll either, you know, just shave this off so I can continue it, or I might put like a sheet over top of it or something. And so this is the main room. This is the kitchen onto the lounge. So the floor is actually just pine that we stained. I had to scrape it because it had like asbestos glue on it, so I just scraped it back rather than sand it, stained it, polyurethaned it. So that's pine to there, and then it's Remu. The rest of the house is all Remu, and I haven't done in here yet because this floor is not as mint at all, and so I'll be covering over this with something like lino or something. Took a couple of months to restore all the Remu around the windows, and just, you know, it was split and had issues, so I like gorilla glued it. Went mint actually, like it's surprising how good it does come up, the old Remu. And this is an 8-meter brass track, brass copper, I always get it around the wrong way, whatever. And so cleaned that with acid, loved it. So that's original to the place, of course. I haven't puttied any of these yet. You can see where there was a split in here that's been glued. The colour, it's funny, I bought this colour by accident, and I actually love it. It looks wicked with plants in front of it. There's plants everywhere, but at the moment we've got them all sort of tucked over here in the corner, because there's always a stage of construction here at the moment. Still got to finish the kitchen and rah-de-rah-de-rah. And this is the shed, the 50 shed. So this roof is off this house. So when I bought this house, it was just leaking everywhere. When you walked in, it was real mouldy, like it was bad. And my mate came around and put a new roof on that weekend. That's the old roof. And my neighbour also used the roof down there in his shed. And he's like 80 something, and he spent the whole of last summer putting that roof on. He did a mint job of it, eh? Changed the pitch of it and everything. It's quite a nice spot here. It's nice having all the old original features. And so this is the view out to the harbour. And so this is out to what we call Sandspit. This is where the boat goes out to Kowau. And so yeah, still plenty of work to do, like on the shed and that, but we'll get there. You sort of, everything just takes a little bit of time, right? I remember coming to this house 20 years ago. This is a putakawa tree. Pretty wicked tree. Has red flowers at Christmas all over it. And this branch came right down here underneath this window. And it's a shame it's been cut off, but there's another one growing back. Yeah, so I've still got to paint outside here. That'll be this summer's mission. Just get that all painted and done and nice. But you can see I've done the roof obviously, and the barge boards. Nice improvement. Sort of made a start on the outside windows, just, you know, break the back of it and put a bit of primer on it, but it'll all have to be sanded back again and smoothed out, but we'll do that. These doors were pretty bad, and so rather than replace big sections of it, I've just repaired it, as you can see. Just roughed it in because I just wanted to get the inside finished, but we'll get to that. So the inside's pretty good, but I had sort of paint issues and had to sand it back in a couple of things, because the day I painted this was a 20-hour paint session, and then we moved in like a couple of hours later, so it was just paint all over the carpet, which is why the carpet come up, and I went, oh shit, that's right, I've got to get that glue off. And see where the batch was extended, probably about 1960 thereabouts. It's a 1950 batch. It's quite neat looking at the old photos. Still haven't taken my tape off the glass. We'll get there. And so yeah, that's that, and let's go make a helmet. Ammo. Okay, it's like the first time I've opened the shed door, eh? And so I was having a look for bits of steel, and I was like, well, that'll make a good helmet. So in here, you wouldn't know it. Let's see if we can get in there. Not brilliant. Get a project car covered in shit on. So it's a Statesman 73 Holden, obviously, and I spliced it at the B pillar, basically. So it's like a 2 splice, and it's actually done. It's all painted and finished underneath. The diff's just held in with screwdrivers because I had to do a hurry move to get out of the old place. I just got to put the roof on. There's the roof, turret. I actually had the turret on. I had it all welded perfectly, and I found a better shell, so I just cut through the pillars. It's a pretty shit view of it though, isn't it? Can we get in there? Of course we can. Use the gas tank. Talus vacuum cleaner. Bonnet. This bonnet had sandblast damage when I got it. That's just spray paint. It was half an inch compressed into the shape of the frame, and I had to de-skinned it, panel beaded it out just on the flat floor. It wasn't too hard actually. Whoa! And so the doors are welded shut, and so that was bloody handy when I was moving it, because it was just like, well, that's ready to go. You give for driving that on. So yeah, it was. I sort of joined it along here, above the frame rail basically, and she is ready to go. Yeah, I found a better shell, so I was like, oh my god, cut the old roof off, and so I've just got to stick the roof on. Anywho, that's what that is. But she's all closed in now, which is good. When I first bought the shed, I had no windows, so I just got some windows cut up. Nice thick 3mm. Bench sheet, obviously. It was really rough, this car, so it was 14 years outside, not a long way from the ocean, same as what it is now actually, but whatever, I'll just give it an acid. Do like the rust removing acid, and it'll come up good. So that's the Statesman. It hasn't had any customization, it's just stock, right? But you know, bringing it back to mint was a job. Like, oh, you can't see fuck all, but the when I originally did it, the original shell was so bad I could stick my head in through the A pillar on the driver's side, which is this side in New Zealand, and I replaced the pillar and rebuilt all the dash and stuff, and in the end I actually reused all that, of course, because I put the firewall into the A pillar B pillar sort of situation, if you know. I sort of body swapped it. There you go. And so yeah, nice quarters on it. All the back of it's mint. I haven't had to do anything, apart from, when I say I haven't had to do anything, where the jack goes I had to do 7 layers both sides, but I think that's pretty common. If you've got an HQ, you have to do that if you're doing that properly. And of course all the back of the wheel, all the inside and the tubs are all shit, but they're all mint now. Just, you know, fixed it. Get a Viking ship on. Yeah, this is quite nice old glass. So this is the glass that came with the 1860 windows. Pretty cool. Might keep some of that just for a mission. Yeah, so it's like a long one of those, but you know what a statesman is. Get an old phone on. Yeah, what are we looking for? Oh, we're going to make a helmet. Easy. Yeah, so I was looking in my scrap bin, and then I saw that hubcap. I thought that'll do. Well, because I don't have a welder at the moment. My son's got my welder. So let's do this. It's quite funny looking in my scrap bin. Check out my old fridge. Get an old fridge on. It's quite cool inside. I was going to use this as my fridge, but we've just got nice stuff now, as you do. I'm actually a stable, so I was thinking of this would be quite cool on a helmet on the front. I was looking at all sorts of cool stuff. I think I'm going to go for a mohawk. You could put these on, but I've only got one. And looking at these, looking at my scrap stuff. Then I thought I want to go all shiny, so I was looking for bolts to sort of stick out through and do a mohawk. But we're just going to use self tappers. I thought it'd do the trick. That'd be a cool mohawk, eh? Oh yeah, forgot my hubcap. Did I? No. Oh, there. So this is just a Holden off of, God knows, a Barina or something. Commodore. I was looking at all my old bits of oven and Holden things and bottles and stuff. I was thinking, what could you use? You could use all sorts of things. You know? Like that'd work. But razor blades. Yeah. Right. So I was thinking, get that, see if my head fits in there, which it probably does, put the hubcap in there, something like that, and bash it with that. Or, I was also looking up here, yeah, could stick my head in there, or in there, alright, but yeah, just bash that and that'll do it. Probably better if I stick it in there actually, because it's going to press in, isn't it? Could do the old side hit. There's my extractors. They're just templates really, they're pretty rough. Pacemakers for the win. I was up on the roof replacing the roof and kicked all these gutters off with my boots, and then I was like, well, why didn't I put them back up again? So I put them back up again. It sort of looks like it's come off a bit because it has. We'll fix that later. Wicked spot in the bush. It would have had panorama views of Snells Beach once upon a time, but it's all grown in now. I don't mind, like the trees. Rough old house. This here, you could just stick your arm in here. It was leaking so bad. And I've just resined inside, bogged it on top, and I'll scuff that back, of course. But actually, I'm going to put in a French door here, so it doesn't really matter. But I kept it weather tight for now. It's funny because it's not as bad as it looks. Well, it is, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know why this window doesn't go as high as it does. What's that about? Anyway, what are we doing? Oh yeah, making a helmet. Let's do that. Oh, I'm a bit sensitive in my ears. All my tools are in the kitchen, usually. Oh, I'm looking forward to fixing that, so I'm just going to cut a piece of veneer. I've got a few of these doors, a Remu. I've got some dry ones, so I'm just going to sacrifice one of them. I only need to keep one, and I'll use that veneer off that. I was just peeling off one of these old ones. That'd be mint. This. Pause. Unpause. I might just get a post rammer. Right. block of wood. So everything's up 100 miles long. Perfect. Cool, let's tap that. I kind of don't want to scratch it much. It's a bit of leather. Gentle or not gentle? I reckon that leather could be thicker. A whole roll of leather, but this will be fine. Okay, don't be scared. Go in and nice. More of that. I think I'm just going to do it. My head might fall off, not because of my helmet. Oh, I instant split it. That's a shame, I was doing that. Mark 2. Take it. Okay, steel required. I was going to make a shelf out of this. Oh, that'd be good. I'm going to find a bit of steel. There's just shit everywhere, eh? I had to get in there to get my bloody mallet thing. Glove box lid and a couple of fuse box covers. Steel. Thinking, looking, thinking. Doesn't have to be steel. Probably should be. Suppose I could use a different hubcap. Where's my hubcaps at? Kind of like the idea of using a hubcap. I'm missing a door too, actually. So that's somewhere. Number plate hat. Come on, where's a bit of steel? Okay. Mark 2. Up. This old washing machine back. It's actually the arm breech, I just forgot it was there. So, be nice to keep it round. This might split. This, I mean. Sort of dents the metal anyway, so let's just do the thing. relief crease that makes its own. See, it looks pretty helmety. Oh, little fracture. Yeah, it's not my holes off. If we cut that around now, put some relief cuts in it. Let's do that. Get a cut-off wheel. That was there. There. Got my door out for the veneer. Okay. How cool is that?
Try not to fall over. Come on. Relief cuts? Seems a shame to cut it. Quite like that crease. fold all this up. Get nice and malleable. Why you put relief cuts in it. It's pretty heat shaped, eh? Like I just want to cut that off. A little bit more.
Okay, I've made it this far. I don't know where the video cut out, but I was just bashing it. It needed this relief cut in the back. And so I'm figuring that's the bridge of your nose. It just comes down to a peak, then around like a skull cap. Could do with another bash underneath into there, obviously. Let's do that. Okay, I made it that far with the helmet till the phone and the vape battery went flat. So it's pretty good, except I cut like 2 inches too much off the back. So I'm going to fix that with leather. But I've just been sidetracked. I was going to have, so basically chain hanging under the jaw, spikes over a mohawk, leather all the way around the back. So we'll get to that. But I'm just fixing this table. Boop. This $8 table with the veneers a bit gone on top, right, for this 50s batch. And so I laid the table on top of here, on top of a door. I've got a couple of doors. Well, there's a door there, like this. And so I've got a couple that I've kept dry so that I can use the veneers. And I just cut around it with the cut-off wheel. And it just wouldn't come apart because it's like all glued together inside with like cardboard core thing. And so then just hand sawed it off. And now I can just pull it apart. So I'll pull it apart. And we'll glue this on top, and then we'll just go around with, really you should use a hand file and hand file away, but I think I'm just going to use a flappy disc and just have the flappy disc rotation going away, and just glue it on and then just go around the whole top. And I've just picked a nice bit of grain, because when I bought this place there was a table exactly like this inside, and it was all chucked in a pile down here. And the real estate agent said, I'll just chuck this lot out. And she's going to throw out all the materials, actually. And I said, no, leave all the wood, I'll use that. But they rang her up and said, actually, keep the coffee table and the step stool, but they'd gone. Because they had it, but I should have restored them, right? So I've been on the lookout for one. I found one today for $8. And so we're going to pull that apart and then glue it on. Let's do that. Shocking. Tripod setup, I know. I don't want to break this. I don't mind breaking the bottom one. Can you see that? That's ace. I thought it was broken, but it's just where I cut it. These are cool. I suppose it's a full hollow core construction. Crazy. Oh, I see. There's a big hunk of wood here in the corner. Be a bit careful there. So I want to saw right through there. See that? Maybe we use a skill saw. My skill saw blade's set a bit low and it's held together with vice grips and dreams. It's going to cause me problems. Fucking skill saw. So far so good. That's so annoying. It's got to come off.
finish. Easy. Easy. Okay. So far so good. Back to this.
You still going? Yep.
Let's glue that on, shall we? I have to repair the legs as well.
That's going to be so cool. Can you see that alright? Sort of.
Come on.
So I have, I just marked around with a pencil, you know, I just put that face down on that pencil, ran some tape around it, but I didn't actually make sure it was perfectly straight. So I might ignore my tape and just glue it a little bit straighter. Potentially I could be repairing this and bogging it first, but I think what I'll do is just put plenty of glue on it, let that set. I'll give this a sand now, put plenty of glue on it, let it set, and then that will become solid-ish. Because you could potentially veneer the edge, but I don't think I'll bother, and I'll try and recreate exactly this. But there's a little bit of tolerance, as long as you've got a nice arc. You know, just eyeball it, you know. Right, getting there. You could actually save on this stuff too, I think. I've seen a video where even when it's all bubbled, you can, you know, heat it up with an iron and push it all down. Cut holes in it, because it's just very thin wood, right? Cool. Glue it. Whatever. Back to the thing. Contact adhesive would be quite nice. This is no more nails, liquid nails. shall we? Sorry, your angle's so shit. It's going to be pretty grabby. You could clamp it, but I don't think it needs it. When I glue all my split reamer, which is a hardwood, you're supposed to clamp that. It's like a clear glue that expands, but I just put glue in the split, pushed it together and wrapped masking tape around it. It was fine. Didn't split at all, or didn't spread at all. I could do it with a bit of weight there, but you kind of want it to sort of find its own way a little bit. But I will put a couple little clamps on here, just gently, obviously. No point going overboard with it. Just a couple here and there. And that's going to be awesome. Bear with. That's better. Okay, I ended up just running glue up underneath all the way around to make sure it's filled any gaps. It's just liquid nails, right? You know, righty-ro. And then did end up putting a few more clamps on it. Just going to let that lie now. How long does liquid nails take to set? Does it ever set? Sort of a funny thing, really. I quite like using one that's 0 seconds. 24 hours paintable. Whatever. So we'll leave that, let that set, make sure it doesn't get rained on. And because I will be sanding this, just a gentle, because it's just a couple mil thick. I ended up moving this over a little bit to allow for this crack here, because I'll be sanding all that back. But that should be good. And then I just need to do a couple little repairs on this. It's quite cool, it's flathead, you can see how rough all this is. Potentially what I could have done is made a whole new base for it. Probably should have done. You know, out of a piece of pine or something. But whatever, it's okay. We're just going to sand it back. Probably paint stain the edge of it. But I just need to panel beat this a little bit, screw it back up in. And that'll be good. Quite cute, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I've got some leather out, and so we'll cut that up. I'm on 2% on the phone, so I'll cut that up, wrap it around, be like a hat with a hat, and then we'll show you that. Oh my god, that was fun, to be fair. That was fun. Okay. Come on. Alright. Rosie, good? What's that? There's the old Gloria when I found her. 14 years. So the coil had gone and she'd just run out and had to stop before the post. So we dug this post out. Had to dig it out of the ground actually. Just towed it down the hill with the trailer. Had ferns growing in it. So a little bit wet. It was full of water going over the sills, but funny enough the floor was okay. It was sort of just in time, you know. But the roof had sort of a 6-inch gash front to back, just gone. Anyway, that's her. And so dragged her home, just on the trailer. It was complete. It was just completely rotten. And then got it going. Actually, got the 308 going. Never had a 308. In New Zealand, it's more like 6 cylinders, you know. It's had a 253 and another HQ, but it went good. It just missed and fired a little bit, which is probably valves. It's got the heads off at the moment. I'll just do the standard rebuild, you know. But yeah, pretty cool day getting that. I'd just done my chest tattooed the day before. It was all blood pouring down my chest. I was peeking, it was great. Now that's just taken off the old sill, and look, there you are, done. I better get that dog.